All right, we're talking about consecutive integer problems down here. And when we're dealing with consecutive integers, it's one after the next, they're going in order. But then there's also times when we're asked about consecutive odd integers and consecutive even integers. So depending on what they're asking, you do need to keep that in mind when you're writing your equation. Let's see, for number 9, the product of two positive consecutive integers is 56. So if they're consecutive, then I have to think about it this way. If one of my numbers is going to be represented by x, because I don't know what it is, then my other number is going to be x plus 1 if we want to be consecutive. So x is our first number, that's the sign for number, and then x plus 1 is our second number. So if we have to do the product of this now, I am going to multiply x times x plus 1 is equal to 56. I'm going to distribute. X times x is x squared. X times 1 is 1x. And then this is equal to 56. I have to put this in standard form. This becomes x squared plus x. I'm going to remove that 1. It's implied. It's invisible. Minus 56 is equal to 0. So now I have to think of what are the factors of 56 that would get me a negative. So one has to be negative, one has to be positive. But then what would add together to get a positive 1? So I'm instantly thinking of the factors 7 times 8 or 8 times 7. And if I need a positive 1 as my sum, that would be a 8 times okay. So 8 plus a negative 7. So this is the one that would work for us. X plus 8x minus 7 is equal to 0. Now, to solve for those, I set them both equal to 0. X plus 8 equals 0. X equals negative 8. And then x plus, x minus 7 equals 8. X equals positive 7. So remember that this problem said the product of two positive integers, and those are consecutive. So this is not going to work at all. Only one of our solutions for x will work. So x is equal to 7. If our first number is 7, well, what is the consecutive pattern I'd be following? 7 and then 8. So the first number ends up being 7, and the second positive number ends up being 8. And I do know that 7 times 8 is 56.